The stoic dwarves of Ironforge spent countless generations mining treasures from deep within the earth. Hidden within their impregnable stronghold of Ironforge Mountain, they rarely ventured beyond the wintry peaks of Dun Morogh. Recently, however, the dwarves unearthed a series of ruins that held secrets to their ancient heritage. Driven to discover the truth about his people's fabled origins, the great king Magni Bronzebeard ordered that the dwarves shift their industry from mining to archaeology. As part of the Grand Alliance, the stalwart dwarven armies have been called away to battle the merciless horde in faraway lands. In these perilous times, the defense of the Mountain Kingdom falls to brave dwarves like you. The spirits of the ancient kings watch over you, and the very mountains are your strength. The future of your people is in your hands.
Alright, there's quite a few more people. Alright, just give me 1 second. Oh wait, I don't know why I'm saying that. Alright, well, welcome to my new series with Kazaghal. Get to why I named him as such in a second. Do just want to change this stuff around still. Alright. Create new window. World defense. So I'll go. Yeah, you don't need that stuff in there. Alright. Sorry. Not a great start, I know. I probably should do it between episodes or something, but yeah, I'm gonna create one more. I wonder if there's a way for me to have these channels set up for every single character. Oh, that's not. Huh. Yeah, okay. Don't know why I did that like that. That was weird. Chat window, that's what I want to make a new one of. Alright. I don't usually call it region, I usually call it something else, but whatever. I think so anyways. Alright. So as I said, welcome to my next playthrough. I will say I started this character a couple times already, but most of them don't really count. First of all, I was getting like a random like error thing showing up from one of the add-ons on the screen. It was showing up in the cinematic. I did not want that, so this happened both yesterday and today. And so I just recreated the character because for some reason recreating it, I found out makes it not show up, or maybe it's just the first load in. But I wasn't thinking about that before I tried to start it, so this is gonna be the character. Oh, yesterday after I tried it starting it, I decided I need some more time to think because I was trying to decide if I wanted to do that challenge or not for craftsman. I started killing wolves and I was realizing, wait a second, if I pick up this, which actually I'll go kill a mob now while I get this set up. It's alright. I know this isn't proper, but whatever. Alright. And I'm pretty sure the first... So the challenge I was talking about was the Craftsman Challenge. Where you can only equip and use what you have made yourself. Now, I'm assuming that doesn't count your starting stuff, because if that counts too, that would suck.
My attention.
And I'm not sure if there's a way for me to find out or not. I'm assuming that it would tell me if I failed a challenge or something, because I did this or that. But maybe I'll find out in the next. Oh, right, part of the reason why I did that. All right. Artisan, there you are.
Watch your back.
Alright, equip only what you craft. True power comes from your own hands. Forge your path to level 60 and earn the title of Craft Master. Now, like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not, but after thinking about it yesterday, I'm still going to do it. So, the problem I was thinking was, and it still is kind of a problem, but I'm just going to deal with it, is that I won't have any ranged weapons, so I can't pull anything. Well, at least at range. The best I'm going to have is taunt by going to defensive stance when I get to it. Now, it's not terrible, but going into caves or large groups of enemies, that's not going to be great if I don't have a pull. So, I'll just learn to deal with it more than anything else. At the end of it, I don't get too much out of it, but I do get a portable anvil that also operates as a forge, I think it said. as well as a title Craftmaster, and honestly, I kind of want this character to have that. Because I'm going to do the challenge on my Night Elf Priest as well, who's going to be Jewelcrafting and tailoring. And I think that will work out well, because the other reward is a portable Moonwell, which I think works well for a priest. Alright, so I'm going to pick this quest up and get myself into it, or I can talk as I go. What do we have here? You look as though you might need something to keep your hands warm. I'll tell you what would help. A pair of nice warm gloves. And being the kind soul that I am, I'd be more than happy to provide you with a suitable pair. Of one condition, however. I need you to go get me some wolf meat. It's arrangement, You bring me some wolf meat, and I'll make sure you don't lose any digits to frostbite. Well, what do you say?
See you soon. How are ya?
I don't suppose you'd be willing to do a favor for me, lad. A stack of letters came through the pass today, but I don't have the time to send them along. They're all addressed to Talon Kenai. You can find him to the west down the road. He set up a camp next to the frozen lake. What do you say?
Watch your back.
So, yeah, and this, as far as I remember, this is the only challenge I was gonna do.
What's on your mind?
It's the only one I can do. Turtle. Hang on. Do I want to do turtle with this character? I don't think so. I think I already thought about all this ahead of time. I already know I'm never gonna really do war because I just hate the idea of just being annoyingly killed by the camped by the other faction. I don't really care most of the time, but I'm gonna be constantly flagged, and it's just kind of gonna be annoying more than anything else. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it with another character at some point. This character is a little bit more anti-horde than the other characters I've had so far, especially compared to the Warlock, who's very neutral, but he's not I guess he doesn't really like orcs, or trolls for that matter, but whatever. I think it should be fine. I don't think anything else is a good enough fit anyways. Turtle, the Glyph of the Turtle is the only one I'm really tempted to pick up, and I don't think I'm going to.
Off with you.
Alright, well, like I said, I'll talk as I go anyways. So ranged weapons I'm not going to be able to get in this character. Alright, gotta remember when to be careful. And so this character's name, as you can tell, is pronounced as Kazaghal. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it right anyways. Pretty much, originally the name I was using for a dwarf was Kazrim. And I was thinking I was going to go with Kazaghal instead, and that's actually what I did for a name yesterday, but I think I've settled just to use Kazaghal. Pretty much it's a combination of two different names, the one I came up with, as well as a character from Lord of the Rings. Not character from Lord of the Rings, not specifically, but a well-known dwarf in the Silmarillion, specifically, called Azaghal. Now, I always like the name Azaghal, and I do feel like just taking a name from a character like that is just kind of like, not so much cheap, so much as just like, well, I guess this isn't really that original either, but I like the sound of the name. I just wanted to combine mine with that one. I'm really bad about deciding on names most of the time, I will say. And dwarf names I don't really have much for, except ones that sound dwarfish. I would probably go more for like a Nordic name, I guess. I don't know exactly, but I've decided on Kazaghal. I really like the name Kazaghal. But I'll probably talk more about Azaghal too, as well. I'm going to be talking mostly about dwarf lore, both in mainly World of Warcraft. I'll try to sing it too, but I'll be talking quite a bit about Lord of the Rings as well. I will be playing Lord of the Rings, a Total War submod, the Total War mod. Oh, why did I just attack that guy? Okay, I think that was the only one I attacked that wasn't supposed to, but that was weird. I don't know why I did that. But yeah. Yeah, I've been wanting to play this character for quite a bit now. Just kept thinking about when or if I was going to. Not so much if, but like when. And I hope I remember not to equip anything I'm not supposed to. Like, I will say this. I'm not going to ever be able to wear a cloak on this character. Yeah, I didn't think about that either, but honestly, I really don't care that much. Actually, wait, can they create cloaks? I don't think so. That's all a tailoring thing, I believe. Maybe there's some leather workers, but I don't think there's any blacksmithing cloaks. Yeah, because it's all pretty much like cloth armor, so I can't imagine anything other than leather workers and especially tailors using it. Like I said, his name's Kazaghal. I was also iffy about like what hair color I was gonna go with, but I decided I'm going with a red, or I'm gonna call it more as a copper. It's gonna be more. It's gonna be like a copper color hair and beard, and that's the closest I got. That's more red. It should be a little bit more brownish, I think, maybe, but I think it's good enough.
Great to meet you.
Wolf's giving you a bit of trouble. You do well to avoid the fangs and claws and other sharp bits, yes? Oh, wonderful. The wolf meat should do nicely. Oh, don't worry, Kazaghal. I wouldn't forget my part of the bargain. Here, one of these should fit you.
Safe travels.
While you were helping me out, this rune was given to me to pass on to you. Take some time to read it, when you've got time. I'm thinking I came from the warrior trainer Thrawn, so I could gander at it and go find him inside Anvilmar when you have a chance.
Off with you.
Can't talk. Definitely don't click that.
No.
I have a feeling I might just one day click it. Ooh, yeah. Oh wait, no, that's what I just picked up. I was thinking about the vest, I guess. Alright. I am definitely gonna send this character money and bags, and I honestly meant to do that already, but a little late. I hope you are here to lend us a hand, warrior. After the last shock attack, we could use all the help we can get. I hear the buggers have been popping up all across the land, and it seems Coldridge Valley is no exception. They've been spotted all over the hills to the southeast and near the frozen lake. That's not all. Just a few nights ago, they attacked and overran our camp to the west. We're a bit short-handed here, lad, and we need strong arms to help drive the trogs back.
Keep your feet on the ground.
So this is all this character is going to be wearing until I get blacksmithing, and I'm hopefully going to get enough, so I could send materials from another character. So in that regard, I'm tempted to do a different profession other than mining, but I'm going to stick with mining and blacksmithing. I'm also definitely going to still send him plans, because I am going to want to give him the best gear I could find. I can actually let him, I can get him to make, more or less. He's also going to primarily use hammers, one-handed and two-handed, but he's going to dual wield eventually. It's probably going to be a hammer and axe, so primarily going to be a fury build, maybe an arms build, but
what can I do
fury is the main one, though. Oh, hang on a second. Let's read the rune. My Magni's beard, there's much to discuss and little time to do at Kazaghal. Find me in Anvilmar overlooking Coldridge Valley as soon as you can. We gotta get started. There's a mess of things I could tell you about to get you caught up to speed, but all that's got nothing to do with us, for now. What we need to focus on is the grip of an axe, the weight of our armor, and the smell of our own sweat beating down our foreheads as we fight our enemies. We'll start with that. Thrawn Quarterman, warrior trainer.
No.
Alright. Blast, it's cold today, ain't it? It's like the snow never goes away, Kazaghal. You probably noticed already, but there are gnomes now living in our city. That's because they went and got themselves blown out of their own home. Don't go spreading this around, but I can hardly blame them. I think I would have resorted to explosives too if Ironforge was infested with dark irons or the like. Other things you'll probably see too, just so you're in the know. Dwarves using magic in a fight instead of a rifle. Some of us take it to worship in the holy light like some of the humans, and last but not least, trogs. You'll learn more about them later, but what you need to know now is that I'm here to help you. I'll be here to teach you how to be a real warrior. Anytime you think you need more training, come back to me and I'll see what I can do.
Safe travel.
One thing I'll also say is this character, will probably be, this recording at least specifically, will be uploaded the next few days, I will say. It is currently the, 8:46 on a Tuesday, March 4th. I guess at the time it wasn't really that important, but whatever. Battle shouts. That'd be nice.
Be good.
I'll put you here now, for now. What was I saying though? But yeah, I have the reason why I'm focusing on this character, I'm gonna get a couple ones in. I'm not sure how much of him I'm gonna play. I definitely feel like I'm gonna be more in the mood to play him than I was, Kyra, maybe? Honestly, that's, saying that I'm not even too sure about that either, but I wanted to start the dwarf at the very least. Oh yeah, I need to get, rage. The warriors are a lot slower in the fights and just in general too, so that's gonna be a slower character to level, but I'm not sure how much I'm gonna focus on him anyways. I think we're gonna focus a good bit on him. I've been in a dwarf mood for different characters, and I know I've talked about playing Minecraft a few times, but I'm still thinking about it. The only thing I worry about is because if I want to focus on like being in the mountains and underground. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I want to find a seed or if I'm just going to do a random one. The random one would be better to do anyways, but I have no idea where it's gonna put me for obvious reasons, so not too sure. But I'll probably still do that anyways and just wander around. Kind of like the first dwarves to awaken in Lord of the Rings in general. I always, even before I was playing a lot of Minecraft, because I didn't get into it for years. I played it with friends and family a little bit more, but not a whole lot. It was primarily like playing on an Xbox with them or something. I think these are all burly rock jaws. Yeah, whatever. Go over here then. But over time I got more into it, especially with all the updates they've done over the years, like the underground one especially. It made me actually enjoy playing it. Because generally I do like, I think I've talked about this in one of the Cairo videos, but I like I like exploration in a lot of games, and randomly generated games with randomly generated maps are really fun in that regard, because you can well, it's a world that no one else has literally explored. The only way to somebody else can see it is if they have the seed, and or somehow like whether it's random or they got it from somebody, got it from me or something, as well as the seed generator online. Okay, there's even fewer trugs. Oof, that's a burly one. That's a burly one. You're a normal one. Alright, I definitely should have waited on the battle shout, but I also didn't think it was gonna take me that long. Yeah. Oh, so I was saying with the start on Minecraft could be very kind of similar to how the start was for the dwarves in Lord of the Rings, because in their origin story on that, they it's easier to explain from the point of Durin the First, who was the ancestor father to the most of the dwarves you see in Lord of the Rings, pretty much all of them, more or less, but like Gimli. So each of them had like a mountain that they awoke under. There's 7. Sorry, I really should start this way. There were 7 fathers of the dwarves, and one awoke by himself. That was Durin, and that again, that was the one that the line you mainly see, the Longbeards, Durin's folk. 2 more awoke in the Blue Mountains, who Kazaghal is actually under, but and then 4 more awoke in the east, but not very little is talked about with them. So actually, there's nothing really known. So most games, series, anything that want to try to include those dwarves usually come up with their own names. I believe so anyways. I think maybe they were given titles. I think it was Black. I'm not sure if it was official or not. Blacklock, Stonefoots. Blacklock, Stonefoot. I can't remember. There's 4 of them, like I said. Sorry, hang on. If the problems we've had here are indicative of what is happening elsewhere in our lands, by Magni's beard, we have some troubles ahead of us. I can only hope that the King and Senate are taking steps to deal with the threat that Trogs pose.
See you soon.
I do want to sell these as soon as I get it, just because I really am going to be tempted to just equip it. Anyways, the Blue Mountains are some of the dwarves I am most interested in. They are the Broadbeams and the Firebeards. It's not said which one, because there was one thing I forgot to say is that they all awoke in different locations. I said how Durin woke by himself. There were 2 clans that awoke in the Blue Mountains, and then there was 4 that awoke in the east. And Durin himself, he woke in what was Mount Gundabad, which is talked about in The Hobbit primarily, as well. But he later was the one that discovered the caves of Khazad-dûm or Moria. And that's where they ended up building from. So if I were to say like trying to compare Minecraft start to that was more of a how like wherever I start I can just travel until I find a mountain, and then that's pretty much my Khazad-dûm more or less. Anyway, so I was talking about.
You got my
turn this in
attention.
first. Yes, you have something for me. Thank you. I've been waiting for these letters for quite some time. Unfortunately, these letters aren't all for me. This one is addressed to Grelin Whitebeard. He is not too far away if you'd like to deliver it to him. If I remember correctly, Grelin's camp is down the road to the southeast. No doubt he'll be eager to get his mail.
Be good.
Nothing like a day of boar hunting, eh? Though here in Coldridge Valley, there are so many boars, it almost takes the fun out of it. No need to get them charging. They're all angry and ready without any help. In fact, recently, they've been so many boars in the area, it's become dangerous for me to do my daily hunting. Long story short, if we could help kill some of the boars, I would appreciate it.
Watch, get her back.
Alright. Okay, time to hunt down some boars while everybody else is. Sure, I'm not gonna be around here for a while. So like I was saying before, sorry I'm a little all over the place. It's been a bit since I recorded. I guess I really do not talk well when I've put tapes in between. I can also get to that in a bit. I forgot I didn't really talk to you about that properly since I never... Yesterday's recording wasn't proper. But with the so there were two cities of the dwarven cities of the Blue Mountains, Belagos and Nogrod. Technically elven names, but unlike Khazad-dûm, the dwarf names were never known as far as I know, anyways. And it's not said which clan had which city, but honestly, both clans could have been mixed together for all anyone knows. So. But Belagos and Nogrod were the main like dwarven cities that you hear about when it comes to the Silmarillion, which is pretty much the Silmarillion takes place in a large, just everywhere. It's pretty much just a lot of like notes that were combined more or less from Tolkien by his son, I believe. I could be wrong in that one. I can't remember exactly what the Silmarillion is. I know there's a couple different books or whatever that were put together that were in similar purpose, but with the Silmarillion, it primarily covers a lot of the it's the first age, the Years of the Trees, which came before that, and I think there was another age or two before that. I can't remember though. Age of the Lamps, I forget, something of the Lamps, but not much was talked about in those times, because there were no humans, no elves, there was nothing but the Einar, the Maiar, and the Luvatar, who I don't think was actually ever present. He's just there, he just exists. So you need to be careful. But yeah, it covers primarily the reason I was talking about it was because it covers the first age, most of it, more interesting parts of it, anyways. And the dwarves of Belagos and Nogrod were the dwarves that are the only dwarves you really hear about in the first stage. Those of Nogrod were known for being some of the greatest smiths to ever exist, more or less. Even among dwarves, they were the ones to actually create they were the dwarves to invent chainmail, more or less, in Lord of the Rings, as well as a lot of the later on artifacts, some that you never see because they're only really present in the older times, like the first age, but as well as the sword of Aragorn from Lord of the Rings was a sword that was originally created by a dwarf of, maybe it was Belagos in this one, I can't remember. Oh, what was his name? I can definitely tell you when I play more maybe I should wait till I play the Lord of the Rings some mods. I can talk about WoW a little bit more easily and it'd be a little bit more appropriate, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think I'll talk about it later on. I can talk about Kazaghal a little bit because there's not too much to talk about. I don't think, anyways. He was of Belagos and he was a hang on. Should probably eat up. Yeah, no, I think I'll just wait on it, honestly. Maybe it'd also be easier just to do a quick reread, I guess, of the lore too for it before I play, so I can talk a bit more appropriately about it. Yeah. For the lore of the dwarves in World of Warcraft, so. Again, I will say I can't always say 100% what the what was classic and what was like TBC Wrath of the Lich King. Obviously, Northrend Outland notwithstanding. So some of the lore I could say might be specifically retail, whereas some of it might actually be a turtle wow thing.
Here there.
Excellent. I can go back to my leisurely hunting now. Thank you, Kazaghal.
Be good.
But yeah. So the dwarves were of World of Warcraft were originally the Earthen. Now I'm pretty sure that was something that was a pretty well known or well believed fact for a long time. But honestly, I don't think Earthen were even heard of or known too well. No, was it? Honestly, I have to definitely double check Oldemon, because if there was anything about Earthen, it would have been an Oldemon. Which is actually what I was going to bring up first, more or less, but it's going to be walking a lot in a second, so give me a sec. Is there something I can help you with? Ah, excellent. It's been a while since I received word from Ironforge.
Keep your feet on the ground.
My brother Senior and I were sent to different parts of Dun Morogh. Sorry, oh, by the way, the intro, the guy says Dun Morogh, but that's the only time I ever hear that, I think. But I also never hear anybody say Dun Morogh. So I don't know if it's actually Dun Morogh, or that's just the accepted way to say it by players, or if it's actually Dun Morogh, because I've never said that. Anyways, sorry. Now we're sent to different parts of Dun Morogh to investigate the threat posed by the trolls. The Senate has its hands full with the Trogs, so there's no need for further annoyances. From what I've seen, the trolls aren't well situated here in Coldridge Valley. Mostly the southern cave. I'd say that the army will not be necessary. A few strong arms should be more than enough. Perhaps you'd like to assist in this endeavor. I have the authority to offer compensation for your help. Does suck I can't pick up a hammer, but whatever.
See you soon. Be good. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I was supposed to get this delicious scalding morn brew to Dern and Furcutter inside Anvilmar a while ago now, but I need to deliver one to Grelin here first. I had to deliver one to Grelin here first. I'll never make it to Anvilmar before the brew runs cold. You look fast. Maybe you can make it. This cup will only stay hot for 5 more minutes. And Durna didn't order chili morn brew, so get going. Anvilmar is to the northeast. A settlement dug into the mountain. Thanks, Kazaghal, and don't forget to bring me back my mug.
Safe travels.
But yeah. And the Earthen were originally created by the Titans as a means. I don't know. Actually, I really do have to reread the older histories, because a lot of the ancient history was changed in retail WoW to make it work. So I definitely have to double check that. The things that I could definitely tell you were that the dwarves originated from Oldemon, from the Earthen that were that suffered the curse of flesh that turned them into what they are now, more or less. And when they awoke in Oldemon, the ancestors of the dwarves ended up wandering and ended up making their way to Dun Morogh, where they ended up settling. Eventually, though, there's not much of their history in this side that I was talked about. The next thing that's really well known is just that actually, let me turn this in. Sorry. I know I'm breaking it up quite a bit, and there's going to be a lot more fighting soon, so it's not going to be a whole lot of talking now, but... Hi, I'm Dern and Furcutter. You have something for me? Ah, good. Now this will hit the spot. Allow me to take a small break while I enjoy the scalding morn brew.
See you soon.
There's nothing like some scalding morn brew on a chilly Dun Morogh day to get things started right. Oh, hot, hot, hot. If that won't put spring in your step, I don't know what will.
What's on your mind?
Now that hit the spot. Nothing like a piping hot, nay, scalding morn brew on a cold winter's day to warm your cackles of your soul. Here you go, Kazaghal. Be a pal and take this empty mug back to Nori for me, would you now?
Watch your back.
Sell a couple of things too. I wonder how I'd find out if I failed the challenge. I wonder if it says something like in bright letters, or it's gonna be over here and I'm gonna miss it one day.
Safe
That would
travels.
suck. But yeah, mostly. Oh yeah, I forgot I need to pick up this guy's quest too.
How are you?
I got anything from you? Charge and rend. Now I don't know how rend's gonna work when I run on with a warhammer, but as far as I know, it still works. Yep, just need a melee weapon. Alright. Actually, hang on. Don't need you at all.
Can I help you?
We drove the Trogs out of Loch Modan, but then it all went so horribly wrong. Now our home is completely irradiated, and we gnomes have been scattered all over Dun Morogh. In my haste to get away from the radiation, I lost all my personal belongings and tools. It was the trolls that got them. They stole my chest, my box, and my bucket of bolts. They took them back to their camp southwest of Anvilmar. I'm no adventurer. Could you find my things and bring them here to me, please?
You have a great day now.
Yeah. Alright, bring back the mug, and then going after the trolls. But yeah, so what I was saying was how the one of the first things that are known more is well, first of all, the kings are the first the High Kings of Ironforge were the Anvilmar clan, which I don't think too much is talked about with them anyways, so it's more of just me saying that. There's only really 2 descendants that are known of at this point, which is Thargus, I think, and he has a brother whose name is slipping my mind right now. I know one ended up dying, I think. I'm not sure if he's dead now or if it's later on, sorry. And the other one is still alive. In fact, I know you could see one of them in Cataclysm actually up here, I believe. But, hang on, turn this in, I guess. I trust the scalding morn brew got to Durnan on time. Did to remember to bring back my mug? Excellent, Kazaghal. You'd be surprised how many couriers I meet who forget to do something as simple as bring back the mug. Mugs don't grow on trees, or so they tell me. Here's a little something for the effort. Thanks again for your help.
See you soon.
Alright. And now I'll fight some trolls. But yeah. So with the eventually there was a civil war among the dwarves, more or less. Between the Wildhammers, the Bronzebeard, and the Dark Iron clans. And which are all like names that everyone would always know. And honestly, I think most people would know most of this lore. Hang on a second, this won't be fun. Really? How much closer do I gotta be? Oh, okay, there you go. Oh, okay. Yep, that's what I was worried about. I'm not taking all 3 of them. I'm telling you now. Yeah, I already knew that wasn't going to work out well. I'm probably got to wait for someone to respawn. This is partly why I'm worried about when it comes... Oh, are you kidding me? Okay. Sorry about that. It does say it's going to shut down, but I thought when they said that, I thought it was going to be a very sudden one. It says 20 minutes. I'm going to play what I can and worry about the rest later. I might be able to finish up here, but I doubt it. I say that. It's not too bad. I do like seeing the characters sharpen, I will say that. Yeah, I have no idea how I'm gonna go after these guys. I'm not gonna survive much if I try to pull. Maybe I can pull this guy by himself. Okay, maybe I can take on 2 at least. How long is it? It's good for 8 seconds and it's 3-minute cooldown. Not too bad. I don't mind taking this guy. He might have actually aggroed on with the other one, but I'm gonna try to be at least a little helpful. Oh, I think he got it before me. Yep. Yep, just before me. It's a quick respawn though, I'm not worried about it. It's like 2 seconds. Yep, not even. But yeah. So long story short, I don't think they just talk about the war too much. Honestly, what comes after is talked about more, funny enough. But so it was between the Bronzehammer, Bronzebeard, Wildhammer, and the Dark Iron. The Dark Iron were known to be to inhabit the dark crevices and furthest down into the depths of Ironforge. Wildhammer, I think, were known to live outside of Ironforge and made the best of. Again, some of this could be pulling from retail lore, so I apologize if I'm wrong on that front. I'm not trying to in this case. I'm trying to pull up what I could think of. But the Wildhammers lived outside more or less, and the Bronzebeards were the most like well established in the upper tier, probably the wealthiest of the three, and definitely had the biggest army. I think was also Sen, which honestly doesn't come as a surprise, as you can guess who won, even if you didn't know that you were playing as a more or less a descendant of the Bronzebeard clans. You're not like obviously part of the Bronzebeard clan, but I think most of the clans are distantly related to them in one way or another. At the very least, you're subjects to the Bronzebeard, sorry. But the what was it? The Bronzebeard clan ended up winning, and they took control of Ironforge away from Anvilmar and expelled the Dark Iron and the Wildhammer. But later on, the Dark Iron tried to take it back from themselves. But very wisely, if you don't know that was sarcasm, they attacked both clans to get their revenge, earning both of their animosity, and that made the Bronzebeard clan. Oh, I didn't mean to use talking radios coming off sometime. The Bronzebeard and the Wildhammers ended up allying with each other so that they can push back the Dark Iron, who had attacked both their cities. Which at the time, for the Wildhammer, they had founded Grimbatal, which is in the Wetlands. And after, when the Dark Iron attacked, they pretty much corrupted, I guess. I can't remember exactly how it happened, but something dark infested Grimbatal, which made the Wildhammers and eventually leave. But honestly, I'm getting. Oh, you should wait to get to that. Ooh. But with the Wildhammers and the Bronzebeards allied together, pushed back against the Dark Iron, and ended up winning the war. But the the Dark Iron wanting to trying like in the last hopes of their victory, they wanted to try to summon aid, more or less. I forget exactly, but they wanted they were very. Apparently, I can't think of the word right now. I'm sorry. They were willing to do whatever it took to win the war that they were at this time losing, and they ended up accidentally summoning Ragnaros into the world, which caused an eruption, which destroyed their city of Thaurissan, killing their king at the time. Well, I meant okay, who was at the time the king. Not trying to say like he was dead at the time or something like that, but whatever. So they ended up summoning Ragnaros, which is what ended up scorching the area, which now is the Burning Steppes and Searing Gorge.
Great.
Because originally, apparently, that was all Redridge, and honestly, I would have loved to have had that. Not myself, but Redridge is a very nice area, so just see what to know what it used to. Sorry, it sounded like something fell in my room, like a cat or something. But honestly, someone's taking a shower and it's right next to my room, so that's probably what it is. Hang on a second. Ugh, those light-blasted trolls. A group of them came in the night and stole my journal. I knew better than to trust that good-for-nothing prick. I think that was self-foremost. My journal. They took it away to the cave, the one that had it. It was a big brute with some odd markings on his skin and face. I didn't get a much better look than that. Alright, I still feel like someone's actually trying to either slam... I'm not sure if someone's like constantly knocking on my door or if something's going on out there, but I think I need to check if that happens again. You've had some luck with the trolls. Maybe you could go get it for me.
Be good.
Well, so all I was saying was that that was the end of the Civil War, more or less. So even though obviously the Civil War has already been finished, like this is more of like a continuation or like the I don't know, an extension, I guess you could say, of the Civil War. After the war, though, the Wildhammers were invited back to Ironforge, and I think it was stated that out of pride they decided not to. And but because they couldn't return to their own city of Grimbertal, because as I was saying earlier, something had infested their home, and they could no longer live comfortably or even want to live there in general. But that is what made them actually move further north to some of them to further north. Some moved further, some stayed nearby in what is eventually known as the Twilight Highlands, or Northuron, I think it's specifically called. The majority, though, ended up moving up north to what is now what is the Hinterlands. Oh, hang on a second, I want to see if I can. But yeah, and founding the Airy Peak up there. Airy Peak, sorry. I think that because of what happened with Grimbertal, they ended up like being less comfortable deep underground, unlike the Bronzebeards and the Dark Irons. Because of that, they ended up trying to have a more open air home in Alright, I'm sorry, I'm doing really bad talking right now. I don't know why. Maybe I should have done a video with Arisandra. I feel like it would have been a little bit more excused. Wow, parried twice. That sucks. Light Mage Smith robe. Well, I can't use it on this character, so I'm not worrying about that. But yeah, more or less there's not much that was spoken about. So outside of this guy should have respawned by now. This guy respawns very quick usually. Don't tell me this guy's not respawning. Oh, dude. Yeah. Last time I was here, I feel like the guy respawned within seconds. Where is he? Wait, didn't he just kill him? Maybe the corpse was... Oh crap, I'm an asshole, aren't I? Whoops. Zol, you might be in some trouble here. Alright, well, I can't worry about it right now, unfortunately. I'm not sure if I took his kill because he was standing there waiting, so I guess he probably was waiting for him. I just thought he killed him because there was nobody else in the cave. I found it hard to believe that he hadn't already responded if somebody else killed him in the first place. Well, can't worry. Like I said, can't worry about it. I already took the kill. There's no like going back on that. Anyways, more or less, the dwarves were. There was nothing that really happened with the dwarves, so nothing was really spoken about for a long time. I think until the first war, where a couple of them joined, but I think that was also a later addition, more or less. Second war is where during the second war where the Horde ended up invading Lordran. They had attacked Dun Morogh, kicked out the dwarves from their homes, more or less, and brought them back. Kept them in Ironforge and laid siege to it, but were unable to defeat them. Because, as well as the same was true with Morogh and the gnomes. They couldn't they couldn't invade the cities themselves, but pretty much all of Dun Morogh, Loch Modan, and Wetlands were all under their control. Hang on. Kazaghal, any luck? Wonderful, Kazaghal. Many thanks for retrieving my notebook. Well, it would seem that the troll situation here in Coldridge Valley is under control, and not much cause for worry. I'm good. I'm already done. As I put the finishing touches on my report, I'll need someone to courier it to my brother Senir. That word still is throwing me off. I was planning on sending my apprentice to my brother Senir with my report, but I would feel much better were it placed in more reliable hands. That is, of course, if you wouldn't mind. You'll have to take the tunnel to get to Karanos. Speak with Mountaineer Thalos before going through the tunnel. It's completely infested with trogs now. Follow the road back to Anvamar, then keep heading east of the tunnel. Thalos is stationed nearby.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah, so they were pretty much all dwarves were more or less kept in Ironforge, while the rest of the horde proceeded north. They used the mines and oil refineries in the area so they could build their ships, and actually Menethil Harbor is originally the port that they used. There was no Menethil Harbor back then. It was a fortress or a camp or just at least a harbor, a place that they were sending their building and sending their ships from. And Menethil Harbor was afterwards like made it on top, created to stand on top of it. I'm not really enjoying my commentary of this episode. I feel like I'm really off. I say a lot when I talk, so I can't really completely judge that part.
You're a
But
tall one.
oh goodness, Kazaghal, this town is not well suited for the likes of me. There were as many nasty creatures here as there were in Nomorgan before the accident. Do you have my belongings? If you don't, then who knows what the trolls have done with them now. Huzzah, you found them. You're an absolute savior, my friend. Here, it's not much, but it's something for the trouble I've put you through. Thank you.
Alrighty then.
But yeah.
What can I do for you?
Yep, that's 6 and 6. I probably
See
should
you
have checked
soon.
on that. Whatever. Put you up here. But yeah. Jesus Christ, I'm really gonna go check on that. My commentary hasn't been very good. I'm actually honestly tempted to redo this episode at some point. I've been tired the last few days. I never even talked about why I hadn't recorded anything. So, for a couple days, I couldn't really get anything done. I worked and I did stuff after work, and I pretty much all I did was sleep when I was home for a few days. A couple more days of just nothing, because I'm getting really annoyed recently at my roommate. But whatever. So, and then, like I said, yesterday I tried to record, but I had some problems, and today I don't know, not talking very well, but I do think it's more attached to the fact that I haven't recorded in a few days. I'm not a great talker, as I said previously, but I'm trying. Well, I'm not sure when this will go up. I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I will continue to talk about what I've been talking about with the Dwarven history in the next one. I'm also going to talk more about the character Kazaghal himself. So I do have a lot. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with him too for a while. He's a character I've meant to create over the years in general, and just not a character I ever got around to playing properly. But so I have a background and everything more or less for him. The other than the hair color, it's more or less this character I wanted to do for a while now. All right, I just keep talking. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.